Hello, my fellow stampers. My name is Amanda Waldhart, and you are here with Amanda'sInspirationStation.com. Thank you so much for joining me. So in the month of February, which is the month that we are currently in right now, earlier this month, I had a Stamp a Stack class to go. And I wanted to show you, the deadline has already been passed, but I'm going to actually do a video on the cards that we did. Now, when I do a Stamp a Stack class, the cost is $25. And with this one here, you got a quarter of a pack of give me a second, Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. So you got a quarter pack of this. You got a half a bolt, which is 5 yards of the denim ribbon. You received a full package of the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And then you got enough supplies to make 8 cards. But they're 4 different designs. So let me show you the cards real quick. So here is card 1. And you got enough supplies to make 2 of these along with the envelopes. Here is card 2. This one says happy birthday. Here is card 3. Thinking of you. And here is card 4. So there were 4 different designs, but you would make 2 of them. You would get instructions on the measurements of what to cut your designer series paper at. Everything else would be supplied for you. The stamp sets that we are using in the Stamp a Stack class, which I had let everyone know prior, so if you wanted to add that on, you could. On page 28 of your January through June mini, we are using the Happy Thoughts stamp set. And then we're also using on page 30, the Borders to Background stamp set. So those were the supplies that we were using for this. And then the ink pads we were using were Old Olive, Night of Navy, Rococo Rose, and Seaside Spray. So I wanted to show you how the packets come so that if I do another Stamp a Stack class, you would know how they come. You purchase your product online using a special hostess code, and then I mail these to you. These are $25, and the shipping is included in that. So for $25, you got all of this, plus the PDF, plus the video that I share with everyone, but you got to stamp along. So I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and get started and stamp. I have already stamped one of each of these cards so that I can show you, but now we're going to stamp the other card so that we're doing it together. So we have our card base. This one is the Old Olive. It's measured at 5.5 by 8.5, and you're just going to score it at 4 1/4. Then I have the largest stitched oval in the stitched shapes. And then I have 3 pieces of this designer series that measure at 1 inch by 4.5. You can use whatever side you want to use, okay? But before we get started, we're going to make sure we do our background. So today for the background with the, let's see here, with the Borders to Background, I have 2 of the large rectangle blocks. I do have 4 of them, so I could have put 1 on each one, but I wanted to show you in case you only had 2, that when you're using this stamp set, you could put 1 on one side and then 1 on the other side, and you can still see. So, or you could use just 1 block and take it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my border stamp here, and I'm just going to stamp 1 across, angling it like that, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing. So we're doing 2 lines, and I'm just randomly doing them. There is no right or wrong. We are just randomly doing it. So I'm going to now go ahead and I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, And let's see here, which side, this is the same piece of designer series paper. So this one here has more flowers. So I'm actually gonna use this one for the side that has the flowers then. And I'm just going to kind of go like that. And we're just gonna place them down wherever. I'm gonna kind of go like this with that one. And then I'm going to maybe make this one down here a little bit more angled. We just want to be able to see a little bit in the background. And now we're going to stamp the thank you, and we're going to use the old olive. And that again is from the Happy Thoughts stamp set. I love this stamp set because it really is just about stamping nice sentiments. So there's that, and we're going to be done then with the old olive. Now, I do want to pop this up, so I'm going to use my dimensionals to pop this up. And I have my denim ribbon. I love that denim ribbon. This is actually the second year this denim ribbon has been in the annual catalog. So I will be very honest with you. I'm a little nervous it's going to leave when we get the new annual catalog. And this year, the new annual catalog is actually coming out a month early. So from now on, instead of June being the annual catalog will come out in May. And I don't know why I keep popping that out. There we go. And as I was talking, I didn't show you how to do this bow, but there's a bow on almost every single one of them. So I will show you the next time because I was too busy talking. I think I need my ribbon scissors need to be sharpened. Actually, all my scissors need to be sharpened. My dad knows how to do that, so I probably should give them to him and let him do it. All right, so now what I'm going to do to apply my ribbon is I'm going to use some glue dots here. And I'm just going to put on the back of this. And we're going to put it down at the bottom. I'm going to put it that way. And then sometimes what I do just to kind of make sure it's secure is I take my little poker here and I just put another one right underneath. I like to make sure that they're really secure and not just one underneath the knot of the bow. I like to just make sure. There we go. So there's that. And now we need our little rhinestones. So we're doing, it looks like a big one in the middle, up at the top. And then we're going to do two smaller ones. I'm just going to pull those out. I store mine in our stamp cases, and then I label them on the side, and then I plunk them right up on my back splash type thing here. You can't see it right now, but this way is all of my punches, my ink pads, my Stampin' Up! Blends are up there. My ribbons are up there. And then I have a spot where I have a bunch of these too. So I am going to do a craft room tour. And my plan is to do it within either this month or March. There's just one thing from IKEA that I'm actually waiting on. And every store that's close to me is out of stock of it. So as soon as I get it, I'm going to put it in my room, and then I'm going to put my stuff away, and then I will do a craft room tour. All right, so there is the first card from our Stamp-A-Stack. So you would get supplies to do 2. So let's move on to our next one. So for the next one, we're going to be using the Rococo Rose. I got a little ink right there. If you see that, I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't going to make another one, but there's that. So we have 2 pieces of designer series paper here. And this piece here measures at 3 by 3 because it's a square. And this one is 3 by 2. But before we place that down, hold on, I should have a... Uh-oh, I need one of these little guys. Let's see here. I may have to go get one. Apparently let's see here. Let's just see if it's in another envelope by accident. I don't think I dropped it, but you know what, you guys? I'm really sorry. Let me quick go grab one. And give me a minute and I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. So that was fast. So lucky for me, I have some of these already pre-cut out. I have posted this before on my blog, Amanda's Inspiration Station, but I buy these they're photo cases, and they actually come in a big container like this that has a handle, and then inside there's like, I think 20 of them, 10 on each side, and I get them at Michael's. And what I do is sometimes I spend a whole afternoon taking some of my basic white, and I just take some of my favorite shapes of dies that are my go-to dies, and I cut out a bunch of them. And then I just take my label maker and I have them labeled. So I have like my stitched nested labels here. I have one that's my layering circles, my stitched shapes, and then with those I have circles, squares, ovals, etc., etc. So look at, I have a bunch of them in the different sizes. So let's see which size this one is. I think this one is the medium one. Yes, so there's that one. So it's just kind of nice because then when I'm making cards or I come down and I need a quick card to make or I'm designing, it's real easy for me just to grab them like that. But again, you do have to take the time to spend like a morning or an afternoon and just start cutting them out. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to ink up our little circles. We're going to do the circle background on this one. And we're going to do it on the bottom. And then we're going to do one on the top. Just like that. There we go. And since we have we're stamping, let's go ahead and grab our Night of Navy, because this one here says, just wanted to send home happy thoughts your way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink up that really good. And there we go. Voila. Voila. All right, so we're done with that piece. So let's go ahead and we'll set this aside, but before we do, let's put some of our little gems on there. This one we're doing 3 right up the line of the stitched part here. There we go. Good thing I have nails, otherwise I'd be getting my tool here. All right, so for this one, we're going to lay these flat. I'm just going to angle it one like the square one like this, and then the other one like this. So we're going to go ahead and get that little gem off there, because that little gem is a runaway gem. All right, little runaway jewel. There's that. I love this paper, but I love pink and navy are 2 of my all-time favorite color combos. In fact, years ago, my sister-in-law, Brittany, when she was pregnant with her daughter, Addie, Addie, geez, I think Addie's going to be 4 now this summer, could be even 5. I'm terrible with age. Isn't that terrible? I'm so sorry. But anyway, my niece, when she was pregnant with her, we did a baby shower for her, and her colors were pink and navy and white. And I love that. I love that color combo. All right, so let's do our ribbon, because I didn't show you how to do it last time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to wrap it on the back side of this bow maker, and we're going to cross it. Now, the piece that's crossed at the top, we are now going to tuck under and through these 2 pegs. So now it's in the back here. Now we're just going to bring it over and through the 2 pegs. And then we're just going to tie this into a knot. That's all we're doing, is tying it now into a knot. And we're going to tie like that. And hopefully my scissors, there we go, are a little bit better. Had a little issue with that last one. And then we're going to now put our little bow on using, obviously, our glue dots. I was trying to speak here. All right, and again, I'm going to secure a couple more glue dots just underneath here. I don't know why, but I feel kind of shaky. I haven't eaten yet this morning, though, and maybe that's why. And all I had was coffee. Coffee and water. Coffee and water is always good, right? However, it is almost noon now, but I feel a little shaky today. Okay, so there is our card number 2 from our Stamp-A-Stack class. So now let's go ahead and go to our card number 3. And this one here is Thinking of You. So again, all of our card bases are the same at 5.5 by 8.5. And they all are scored at 4 1/4. This one here is doing the stitched shape dies in the circle. So have you noticed this stitched nested shape, that comes as a separate die. But the ovals, the circles, and the squares, which we're doing next after this card, all come together in one. Now, all of these designer series papers here measure at 2 by 3, so you can pick however you want to do it. But before we do it, we want to do our background stamp. And the background stamp that we're doing on this one are the hearts. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp. And I'm going to try to get this one a little bit lower. And then at the top, I'm going to do it a little bit higher so that you can really see it. There we go. So we'll do that. And then we're going to place our designer series paper down. So right now I'm going to angle this one kind of like that. I'm going to angle this one down here just kind of like this. Notice I'm literally just placing these anywhere. There is no rhyme or reason to how I'm placing these. And then I am going to set this one in the center here, but I'm going to kind of angle it just a little bit because when I put my circle over here, I just want it angled a little bit. And we're going to get out the Rococo Rose and we're going to do the Thinking of You this time. There we go. Again, we're going to do 3 of these little basic rhinestone jewels. I think they just give a little extra sparkle. So we're going to do that. We're going to do another bow. Of course, we got to do another bow. I love this ribbon. This ribbon is so soft. It's so easy to work with. I love it when ribbon is really soft and easy to work with. There we go. Clearly, I mean, you don't want a ribbon that's hard to work with. That wouldn't make sense now, would it? All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, we're going to put our glue dot on the back here and put that down. To secure it, I'm going to put a couple more. That's just me. I like to secure it down here. All right, there we go. Can you believe this weekend's Valentine's weekend already? I mean, I don't know what your plans are, but I hope they're nice. I got to go to the store yet. I have my cards made for my girls and my husband, but I need to go to the store and get them some of their favorite chocolate is what I usually do. And then I usually get the girls a little something. My husband and I usually do then like a nicer dinner together. We'll be doing that with the girls though, like we always do, because we celebrate our wedding anniversary is February 22nd. So we always go out to dinner for that. And then for Valentine's, we always spend it with the girls. Someday the girls will be spending it with somebody of their own. So then we'll have Valentine's Day back to ourselves. But for now, we share it together. So as a family. All right. So here is card 3 from the Stamp-A-Stack. And now we are on to our last and final card here. And notice here's our square from our stitched shapes. So again, our card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So now we want to do the last and final border here. Now, when you purchase this, if you've already got it, you already know, or if you like it and want to purchase it, there actually are 5 borders. We did not use the stars today because I only have 4 designs, so I just did the 4. But, so let's get out our Seaside spray because we're going to ink this up here. And for this one, I chose to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to grab my, my grid. So now I have a little piece of that, but I have a little piece of ink right there, but that's okay because we're going to cover that up. So what I did for this one is I actually kind of went diagonal with it. And then I went like this. And then I went like this. Now for up here, I'm going to just kind of add a little bit to the corner here, just so that it looks like it's going all the way across. So there's that. And since we already have our ink pad open, we'll get out our happy birthday stamp and we're going to stamp that. And there's that. Now our stamping is completely done. And we're going to put that down there. So now let's go ahead and let's place our designer series paper. Now this one here measures at 1 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to just kind of angle that and place that one like this. This again is a 2 by 3. And I'm just going to kind of angle. I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit and do it like that. And then we're going to put our card like that. But this time we need to add some of the big jewels because I like the big jewels on this one. So we'll do that. And then we'll put our dimensionals on the back. Now you can put your, when I do these Stamp-A-Stack classes and you get your packet, you can put your jewels wherever you want. You can put, if you wanted to put your designer series paper or your background stamps wherever you want, that's totally fine. They're your cards. These are just suggestions on how I do them. Again, they're yours. You get to do what you want with them. Nice thing about doing these packets too is that you can always do them at any time. And when I do the videos, I do email the video as well to you. So, and there's our little bow, even though it's on my YouTube channel too. But for those who purchase the packet, get this video emailed to them as well. And then we're going to put that at the top. And remember, I'm going to secure down my little guys here. Sometimes I just feel like one glue dot doesn't really stay, especially if you're going to put them in the mail and mail them. I like to have a little bit more. All right, so you guys, we have 8 full cards here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. So here are our 8 cards in the Stamp-A-Stack. Again, like I said, this is what the kit looks like when you purchase it. So you get all of the card bases, you get the envelopes, you get the 1/4 pack of designer series paper, which I send you the measurements with the PDF and the video. You will get a 1/2 bolt of the denim ribbon, and then you get a full pack of the rhinestones. Now, if you wanted to add on, then you can add on the stamp sets as well, or the ink pads if you need the ink pads, or the blocks, however you want to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love for you to join my next Stamp-A-Stack. And again, If you want to place any orders, especially right now in February, you have till the 28th to collect any of your celebration items, which this designer series Paper Blooms is in there with a $50 purchase before shipping and tax. This is free to you. Please use this hostess code if your order is $149 or less. If your order is $150 or more, and that is before shipping and tax, that's your subtotal, do not use this hostess code. You will collect your own hostess rewards along with your own celebration items, and that is always nice. And if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that little red button over there. And if you want to follow me on Amanda's Inspiration Station and you are on my YouTube channel, off to the right, there is a little orange Hawaiian flower. Looks like hibiscus flower. Click on that. It'll take you right to amandasinspirationstation.com. You can put in your email. It's completely free. This is where I post projects, classes, events, all kinds of stuff. In fact, I post everything there. So there's that. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and also happy Valentine's Day. Thanks. Bye.